Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so if you watched my book haul that was uploaded before this, the hairstyle is the same because I'm filming these in the same day because I have everything I need. And it just so happened that I bought books basically back to back. So I'm doing this book haul with my books that I got on the 27th when I went to Barnes & Noble's when all hardcover books were 50% off because you can't pass up a deal like that. And like I've mentioned, I typically buy 5 books at a time, but for this time around, I bought 8 because it's 50% off. I almost went up to 10, but like a lot of the books that I wanted, they didn't have in hardcover, and it's only 50% off hardcover, and I went kind of late in the day, which was like fine. I wasn't like that stressed out about it, and I didn't find out about the 50% off till late anyway. So there were only like a select books, and they did say, you know, once the books are gone, they were gone. So I had to work with the books that were there in hardcover. So I did get a couple books that I wanted and some that I kind of caught my eye. I thought it was interesting, so like give it a chance. So that's where we're going. But oh, also again, because it was 50% off, the prices are different. I'll put the prices on the screen, but I'll say, you know, the original price and then the price I got it for, just so you know. And because it was 50% off all hardcovers, I got all hardcovers. And I prefer hardcover books and paperbacks, I've mentioned before, but so this made me very happy. So we are going to start, okay, I'm starting with this one, All the Tides of Fate, which is the second one and also the conclusion to the All the Stars and Teeth duology. I'm not going to read anything about it because I have not read the first one yet. Typically when I do buy these like series, sometimes I do buy them together, so I'll read the first one and the rest of the series I won't read because I have not read them yet. For this particular one, I can't do that because they were both in different hauls, and because I'm filming them in the same day and I have not read the first one, I cannot read the second one. So if you want to hear about this series, I'll put the previous book haul so you can hear about this one and then decide if you want to read the series. But I am excited. This is like mermaids, pirates. That's the type of vibe. I'm also thinking it's enemies to lovers because I don't know yet. But from what I've read, like the back for the first one, I think it is. So yeah, All the Tides of Fate. And then this one was $18.99. Oh, where's my receipt? Is this not my receipt? Okay, here's the receipt. She long, y'all. But this one came out to be $9.49. So yeah, start off there. Then I have this one, Crossbones. When I went into Barnes & Noble's a while back, I saw this one. Also, just like the cover kind of caught my attention. I really like the cover. But one thing I found interesting, it's a Wattpad books. If you don't know what Wattpad is, it's like a reading app where writers just write whatever and can publish whatever. Nothing like the books that are in Barnes & Noble's, although some of them, if they're like really good, get kind of good views, win contests or whatever, they end up being published books or they become live adaptations, so things like that. So I found that interesting, but I'm going to read about this. This is also another pirate captain stowaway type of vibe. I do enjoy this, but 2 captains, 1 stowaway, a heart-stopping competition for the island throne. Dark tides are rising, only one will wear the bone crown. The blood bell trolls, marking the death of the pirate king and the start of the trials. A heart-stopping competition where the reward is the bone crown. Only one contender can claim the coveted island throne. Catch up. Each will gamble life and limb to win. Captain, sister, maiden. Casilla Abido yearns to prove her strength to the seasoned pirates who balk at her youth and to her elder sister who has always craved Casilla's captainship. She will risk everything to become the first pirate queen, no matter the cost. Dealer, son, legacy. Cain Blackwater wants to leave behind the dirty gold and shady trades he's made to keep his father's ship, the Iron Jewel, alive. The trials represent a new beginning, yet rumors of a secret heir are swirling, threatening his hopes of becoming the Pirate King. Stowaway, daughter, Storm. L'Oreal Penny longs for nothing more than to avenge her mother's death. Stowing away on the Iron Jewel was supposed to get her closer to the killer, but instead she finds herself caught up in the deadly battle where loyalty and desire collide. Scylla, Cain, L'Oreal, each on a mission, the sea. However, the other has plans. Dark tides are rising, and if they aren't careful, they'll surely drown. So, interesting. And this is also supposed to be the series, but because this one just came out towards the end of 2021, there's like no word on the rest of the series, but I know it's a series. So, yeah, this drew me to the book. And then I've mentioned I do enjoy like pirate type of books. Those are always interesting. Now we do have like 3 main characters, so I don't know if love is happening, but it does kind of remind me of, why can't I think of the name? So City of Spells was another one where it was like a team of people work together, not necessarily like the best of friends, but as a means to an end. But also 6 of Crows, that type of vibe, coming together for something. But it seems like they're going to be working together, but at the same time, they're after the same thing. So we'll see how that plays out. Might not work the best, but that's exciting. So Crossbones, it's also like not that thick, so I'll probably be able to read that pretty fast. Next, I have Instructions for Dancing. It's for dancing. It's also signed by the author, which I thought was cool. I haven't gotten any books. This is the first book I've gotten signed, but the author. So that was awesome. But I didn't really I've heard about it, like I've seen it on TikTok and stuff like that, but it didn't really pull me. But when I was in Barnes & Nobles, and again, like I mentioned earlier, there was only a handful of hardcover books that you could choose from. So I did see this one and I was like, well, I'll give it a chance. So I'll read that so you can hear what it's about. Evie Thomas doesn't believe in love anymore, especially after the strangest thing occurs one otherwise ordinary afternoon. She witnesses a couple kiss and is overcome with a vision of how their romance began and how it will end. After all, the greatest love stories end with a broken heart eventually. As Evie tries to understand why this is happening, she finds herself at the Brie Dance Studio learning to waltz, foxtrot, and tango with a boy named X. X is all that Evie is not: adventurous, passionate, daring. His philosophy is to say yes to everything, including entering a ballroom dance competition with a girl he's only just met. Falling for X is definitely not what Evie had in mind. If her visions of heartbreak have taught her anything, it's that no one escapes love unscathed. But as she and X dance around and toward each other, Evie is forced to question all she thought and she knew about life and love. In the end, is love worth the risk? So it's not my typical book that I read from my other book hauls. I love fantasy. I'm here for the royalty, the hidden royalty, pirates, mermaids. That's kind of where I am, but anything that kind of catches my eye or seems like it's gonna be interesting, I'll give it a shot. So I thought this was like cute kind of romance. I've never missed the romance I read isn't like straight romance. This seems like it's going to be straight romance in comparison to like why can't I think of something right now? What's part of Shadow and Bone? Like there was romance in it, but like no, not the same level. So this will be interesting to see this. Oh, it also has bonus content, a letter from Nicola Yoon, an annotated chapter with notes from the author, and original illustration by David Yoon. So that's cool, and it says it right here. So we'll see what it's about. And this book was $19.99, and I got it for $9.99. So moving on. Spells Trouble. So this is also something that I had seen before, and I was kind of into it. It's about witches. I've had a couple books on my channel before about witches. So I've had a couple books related to witches on my channel before. That's another, I love witch related books. And I've also read like different types of witch related books. So this is kind of up my alley, but Spells Trouble, and then it's by two authors, PC Cast and Kristin Cast. I think that's supposed to be a cast. But I saw this a while when it like first came out, but I wasn't like jumping to get it. Like I found it interesting, but I wasn't running to go get it. So when I saw it, and again, it was on sale, and I had a tight selection to choose from, I was like, okay, it's my time. And as you can see, it's like pretty slim. There's only 300 something because I checked when I got it, but it's pretty thin. I'll be able to read it pretty fast. But yeah, Sisters of Salem. Let's get into it. Mercy opened her eyes. Hunter sat beside her. Beside Abigail, Xena had turned to face the tree as well. The huge cat's back was fully arched, and her tufted ears flattened against her skull as she continued to growl menacingly. The thick trunk of the mighty tree dipped with some disgusting black and foul and thick. A snout pushed through the darkness and took form, melted wax becoming as solid as it entered this world. Red eyes broke through the shuddering bark. The thing is huge, all sinew, matted fur and claws. Its breath came in rapid pants, and as it pulled its body through the corrupted center of the tree, the fetid stench of it reached Mercy, thick with sulfur and rot. Mercy tasted bile as she gagged in revulsion and fear. The creature looked directly at them and snarled, gnashing long pointed teeth. And that's just an excerpt from the book, and then we're going to read what it's about. Double Trouble, Twins Spelled Trouble. Hunter and Mercy Goad are twin witches, direct descendants of the founder of their town of Goodville. As their ancestors did before them, it's now time for the twins to learn what it means to be gatekeepers, the protectors of the gates to different underworlds, ancient portals between their world and realms where mythology rules and nightmares come to life. When their mother becomes the first victim in a string of murders, the devastated sisters vow to avenge her death. But it will take more than magic to reign in the ancient mythological monsters who've infected their peaceful town. Now Hunter and Mercy must come together and accept their destiny or risk being separated for good. So, interesting. So again, witches. This is like a different take on witches, so that'll be, interesting. I haven't read anything about witches like this, so interesting storyline we have. And then I just wanted to show other books by these sisters. So they have a list of there are other books, so I don't know, depending on how this one, this is like a series. This one is a series. All these books in a series. We'll see. But we'll see how this book goes out first and make a decision based on that. But this one is originally $18.99. And I got it for $9.49. So moving on. Really halfway done. Okay, so next is The River Has Teeth. Now, this was one of the books I kind of just picked up because it was one of the hardcovers, and I had seen it before in Barnes & Nobles, but nothing like really told me, go get the book. But I'm giving it a chance. So it says, one girl fueled by rage, another by magic. This is also the start of a series because I looked it up. And I love a good series. So why not? We'll see what it's about. Natasha's sister is missing. Her car was found abandoned on the edge of a local nature preserve known as the Bend. But as the case goes cold, Natasha's loss turns into burning anger. She'll do anything to find answers. Della's family has channeled magic from the Bend for generations, providing spells for the desperate. But when Natasha appears on her doorstep, Della knows it will take more than a simple potion to help her. But Della has her own secrets to hide. Because Della thinks she knows the beast who's responsible for the disappearance, her own mother, who has turned into a terrible monster by magic gone wrong. Natasha is angry. Della has little to lose. They are each other's only hope. So, I like, it kind of sounds interesting. Give it a shot. Let's see where it goes. And it's a series, and I do enjoy a series. So again, this is another one where it seems like they're only teaming up because they're both a means to an end for each other's problems. So that's interesting. We'll see where that goes. And again, this has like magic in it. Love that. So it's like one has magic, knows about it, kind of knows other things. The one who does not have magic, and they both kind of, it says she has nothing to lose, but in a sense, if her mother is this monster, then, things can go wrong, and Natasha's just trying to find answers to, the death. So we'll see where it goes. That's really kind of all I have on this one. I don't know. I was just buying it because my limited selection. But I think it's going to be good. So this was $17.99. And I got it for $8.99. Moving on. Now we have Dark and Shallow Lies. I'd seen this one on Book Talk and Instagram before. But it wasn't something I was like, oh, I need to have it. But when I was in Barnes & Nobles with my selection, this is actually the last copy they had left. So I was like, do I want to get it? Because I was still looking for other books at the time. So I did just pick it up in case someone else stole it because it was the only one left. And like if I put it down and someone grabbed it, then I couldn't really do anything about it. So I just kept it with me. So Dark and Shallow Lies. Also, this book takes place in Louisiana, from New Orleans, Louisiana. So I thought that was awesome as well. Okay, now going to read. Lachette, Louisiana is the worst place to be if you have something to hide. This tiny town where 17-year-old Grace Spencer Summers is the self-proclaimed psychic capital of the world, and the place where Alora Perlin, Gray's best friend, disappeared 6 months earlier. Gray can't believe that Alora vanished into thin air any more than she can believe that nobody in a town full of psychics knows what happened. But as she digs into the night Alora went missing, she begins to realize that everybody in the town is hiding something. Her grandmother, Honey, her childhood crush, Hart, and even her late mother's, whose secrets call to Gray from beyond the grave. When a mysterious stranger emerges from the bayou, a stormy-eyed boy who links to Alora and the town's bloody history, Gray realizes that Lachette's past is far more present and dangerous than she'd ever understood. Suddenly, she doesn't know who she can trust in a town where secrets fester just below the surface like water rot, and where a murderer is on the loose. Nobody can be presumed innocent, and Lachette's dark and shallow lies may rip the town apart. Interesting. And she's pretty big. So yeah, if any book has some type of, if I can relate to it in any way, I'm like, well, I might as well buy it. So when I found out Louisiana, I was like, okay, cool. And, you know, I do love a good bit of mystery, so that's interesting. We're going to see where that takes us. But yeah, again, this was kind of something I just like saw in Barnes & Nobles, and I decided, you know, give it a chance. This book is $17.99, and I got it for $8.99. We have 2 more books to go. Okay, so this is Blood Like Magic. Magic, more witches. I love that. That's chef's kiss. I love reading books like that. So this was one I saw on like Instagram more, and kind of just like seeing the cover. It looks interesting. I've mentioned before I do like to read books by authors that are Black and the main characters are Black, because that's like a reason I stopped reading in the first place. So it is like a goal of mine. I do tend to like get those and give those a chance more, because it's important to see yourself in the stuff you're reading and watching, etc. So I thought it was, you know, appealing, and it has magic in the title, which that's always fantastic. And I've already looked this up. So this is a series, and the second book is coming out in 2022. I forgot when, but I know it's a series and the second book is coming. But we're going to move forward with the book. After years of waiting for her calling, a trial every witch must pass in order to come into their powers, the one thing Voya Thomas didn't expect was to fail. When Voya's ancestors give her an unprecedented second chance to complete her calling, she agrees, and then is horrified when the task is to kill her first love. And this time, failure means every Thomas witch will be stripped of their magic. Voya is determined to save her family's magic no matter the cost. The problem is, Voya has never been in love, so for her to succeed, she'll have to find the perfect guy, and fast. Fortunately, a genetic matchmaking program has just hit the market. Her plan is to join the program, fall in love, and complete the task before the deadline. What she doesn't count on is being paired with the infuriating Luke. How can she fall in love with a guy who seemingly wants nothing to do with her? With the mounting pressure from her family, Voya is caught between her morality and her duty to her bloodline. If she wants to save their heritage and Luke, she'll have to find something her ancestors want more than blood. And in witchcraft, blood is everything. You know, blood magic. We're in a few books on that, okay? And then the back just says, to save my family's magic, I must destroy my first love. I've never wanted to be a killer, but I am a Thomas witch. We suffer and we survive. Chef's kiss. It sounds amazing. And as we heard, she's supposed to fall in love with this guy that does not like her. Enemies to lovers. There's like absolutely no way she's gonna kill this guy, because she's definitely gonna fall in love with him. But at the same time, she's gonna want to save her family, so she has to figure this out. So it's gonna be juicy. I love it. It's also thick. This is actually the thickest book out of all of these 8 books that I bought. So I am excited for this. Just look at her. Nice and thick. And it's a series, and the second book is coming soon. And like by the time I finish reading all these books, it'll be like March something. So it might be like go by fast. That's what we're gonna hope for. But I'm very excited for this. I love a good witch book. And this one's $19.99. And I got it for $9.99. So we're now moving on to the last book in this haul. This video took longer than I thought it was. I mean, I had a couple more books, and I do tend to talk more. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I thought it would go by faster. I don't know. These Violent Delights, beautiful. So this is very popular on Book Talk and Instagram. I'd been wanting to get the book for a while, but then, as I've mentioned, sometimes the books are very expensive, and I can't always break my pockets. But with it being 50% off, there were no excuses. And I did try to get the second book, because there is a second book. This is a duology. So I went to the front desk, and she was like, there's supposed to be, like 1 hardcover left. So we're literally searching the entire Barnes & Nobles, and it is nowhere to be found. She was like, I'm sorry, it says we have one left, but like we can't find it. I was like, it's okay. So I could not buy the series, and that's okay because I'll get the book eventually. I'll probably read this one last, so when I buy the next 5 books, the sequel to this is in it, and I'll be like, reading them back to back in a way. But yeah, I was trying to get both of the books, but to be fair, the sequel to this one came out pretty close to the end of 2021, so a lot of people were buying it up, and I did come kind of late, so that's okay. But I'm excited. This one I've been waiting for a very long time. The year is 1926. Oh my god. That's when Bennett became an all-women's college, 1926. I go to school at Bennett College, and we're an all-girls school, but we started off co-ed, and we became all-girls 1926. That's funny. Okay, now we can move forward. The year is 1926, and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. A blood feud between 2 gangs runs the streets red, numbing the city to its chaos, and at the heart of it is an 18-year-old girl, Juliet Kai, a former flapper girl who has returned to begin her duties as the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang, a network of criminals far above the law. Their only rivals in power are the White Flowers, who have fought the Scarlets for generations, and behind every move is their heir, Roma Montagov, who was Juliet's first love until he betrayed her. But when the gangsters on both sides start clawing their own throats out, the people start to whisper of a contagion of madness, of a monster in the shadows. As the deaths stack up, Juliet and Roma must set their guns aside and work together no matter their personal grudges. For if they cannot contain this mayhem, then there will be no city left for either to rule. In this spectacular reimagining of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, debut author Chole Gong brings readers on a heart-stopping journey of violence, passion, and star-crossed fates. So you just heard, this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and if you didn't just hear it, like if I didn't read the end, you would be able to tell by the names Juliet and Roma. But yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be great. I've been waiting to read this for a while. Now I am excited to see the take on this because she's doing this in like 1962, and with a lot of the books I read, they're typically set in like modern time, or like there is just like no time. So this is like the first book that I'm reading that's kind of like based way back, but I'm still excited. And yeah, this is going to be great. This is also like the second thickest book that I got, so it's exciting. And then I'll be able to read the second one, and it'll be great. And also just taking a moment for this beautiful cover. But yes, this is the last one. And it says it was $19.99, and I paid $9.99. Took a little minute to find that. But yeah, that's all of my books. Again, I'll just show them again. So these Violent Delights by Chole Gong. Blood Like Magic by Liselle Sambury. Sorry if I'm not saying that correct. And then Dark and Shallow Lies, Ginny Myers Sain. I don't want to butcher anyone's name. But The River Has Teeth by Erica Waters. Spells Trouble by PC Cast and Kristin Cast. The Sisters. Almost finished. Instructions for Dancing, Nicola Yoon. All the Tides of Fate by Adalyn Grace. And then lastly, Crossbones by Kimberly Vale. So that's it. All of my beautiful books. So it will be a while before you see another book related. Well, I don't want to say book related because I might do like a book recommendation. But a book haul video will not be coming again until sometime in March, because I have well over enough books to get me till March. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.